We are going to write a simple app which is going to consume a web service from Google server. I'll let you know which URL. Uh, Google reverse geocoding web service. I'll leave this URL so you can use them for your own reference. Reverse geocoding. Oh, this is a JavaScript one we want. To use Google related, for example, web service or map related, you should have your Gmail account, create a API key. For this example, you can use my API key to test it. There is a documentation how to create API key in my videos. You can go through it, create API key as you require. So I'm just going to use my own API key. You can very well use my own API key for testing purpose as well. So this is the URL I'm going to use, and this gives me a web service, JSON response. Various informations are there. For example, I am supplying a latitude longitude pair. For example, 40.71 something is there, and longitude minus 73.96. When I pass this to Google server, it is giving me a JSON response. This is the formatted address: 2277 Belford Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11211 USA. Maybe it is New York area. Usually, default testing one usually gives a Google headquarters address, but this is something it is differently giving. Okay, this is the address for the given latitude longitude. You can also give your own, address. For example, let me open maps.google.com. Just I wanted to identify what is my current latitude longitude. So that I'll put it inside. See what is the response it is giving me. Load first. Network. So I'm going inside Bangalore, any address. So I'm going to find the current latitude. Search messages. What is here? So it is giving me a latitude, longitude. This is what I want. 12.9 something like that. So instead of that, I am passing this one. If you notice, it gives me an address: 249 Basham Road, Akipet, Cottonpate, Bangalore, something like that. I don't know. Somewhere it has gone. Okay. So this service can be used to reverse geocode a latitude longitude. I'm just using a public available web service because we don't have a specific one. Our curriculum even does not tell, like, we are going to test using a specific web service. But for your project purpose, I've just created a couple of web services. You have to use them. For example, I've just created a database in my server so that you can consume it. But, tomorrow I'll give maybe which team is going to get. But for example, we are going to you call this URL, retrieve these value, and parse it, display in our application. Maybe in a text view we will display, or maybe in a list view we will display, wherever. Okay, let us copy this URL in clipboard. Required. Oh, I haven't even created an application. My location app. So I'm just going to create a simple application. So this is the previous one. Close it. Web service blocking thread. For example, I was talking about when you try to call an internet, there are certain constraints you have to be very careful. One is it is not instant response, the response is delayed, depends on your data connection, depends on the environment where you are trying to access, maybe depending on other factors. For example, you may have a good internet connection, maybe very strong signal, but your prepaid balance would have run out. So there are various instances you may not get the data access immediately. So you have to write it inside a thread which waits and until the response arrives and then update the activity or UI. So we have to plan the web service call in such a way. But thankfully, Android has built-in helper classes for accessing web services. It is called AsyncTask or asynchronous task, which is a built-in thread system. It gives you a option to check whether it has made a connection or when the connection is successfully made, what time the results arrive, what type of result is arriving, and you can update in your UI. So let me clean this code to start with. I really don't want this kind of toolbar on us. I'm just praying your coffee guy should not come now. It is a content main. In the manifest, we have a habit of putting action bar through the theme. So all those stuff is really bad. Take a break.